Welcome, everybody, to the Wednesday Night Warriors. This is episode number 14. I am Romeo Anthony Colon, and I'm joined, as always, by Chris G, my co-host.
With Barry J.
How you doing, good brother?
I am not that bad. How are you?
I could do a lot better without you rubbing it in with the Mets jersey on this. Yeah, but whatever.
It's a little payback. You know what I mean?
I see what you did there. We are the Wednesday Night Warriors. We are going to discuss NXT and AEW from this past week. NXT with their Super Tuesday and AEW with their Go Home show for All Out. We will review both shows, and at the end, we will do an All Out preview, giving you our picks for the card on Saturday. My can't miss picks and Chris's highly questionable picks. But before we get into everything, we want to remind you, please like this video, share this video with your wrestling compadres. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. We cover all kinds of wrestling shows on this channel with good content. And also leave a comment. Let us know if you agree or disagree with everything we're about to say in this video. We're about to say a lot. We're about to cover a lot. Last week on the Wednesday Night Warriors scoreboard, I picked NXT. Shocker. Chris picked AEW. Shocker. So it was up to you, the true heels, to break up the tie, which we often have. And surprisingly, you picked NXT as the better show by a 10-3 vote. NXT wins the war for that week. But AEW leads the Wednesday Night Warriors scoreboard still 8-4 with one tie. Let's get into these shows. I'll start with AEW since NXT is much shorter to talk about. Best Friends started off against Santana and Ortiz. These guys really beat the shit out of each other before the bell sounds. Nice chair spot. Then the match officially begins. No shenanigans until Santana uses a baton on Chuck. Santana and Ortiz had the street sweeper for the win. Dirty finish, but this was a solid, fun opener. What do you think, Chris?
So I love the car crash before the match officially started. Of course, it was nice to see Santana kill Chucky on those dozens of chairs. It was also cool to see Trent kill himself spearing a guardrail. First into that, so some pretty cool spots. They did have a sloppy finish. They kind of botched it with the counts. It looked like the ref kind of botched too. Was it Rick Knox? I don't know if Rick Knox was the
No, I don't
was
think
the
so.
referee for this. No, it was another bald referee, I guess. But yeah, I mean it could have been better, but it was good. I enjoyed it. And the baton, we call it something else where I'm from, but yes, he brought it up. My man.
Very, very Puerto Rican of Santana. And on NXT, it was a street fight to open up things. Breezango and Swerve versus Legado del Fantasma. A lot of dives, a lot of weapons. Imperium, to my surprise, interferes and attacks Breezango. I could have sworn these guys were heading to NXT UK, but looks like they're sticking around much longer. And if they are, that's good for NXT and their tag division. Some cool spots in this match happen during the commercial break. Come on, guys. This is a taped show. Why are you showing us what happened during the commercial after the commercial? Fandango and Swerve dive off of a forklift. Swerve pins the Cruiserweight Champion Escobar. This also very good and fun.
Yeah, this was another car crash that I loved. But it was cool. The two spots that we were referring to was it was a triple drop kick. I forgot who they put in the trio woe position in the corner, put a trash can under him, and it was a triple drop kick from
Very
Legado
nice.
Fantasma. It was beautiful, but it was during the commercial.
What are you doing? Who's editing this?
And there was also a table spot where Fandango goes through a table, and that was also in play. So whoever's choosing these commercial spots, man, you're killing me every fucking
a
week.
taped show.
Yeah, exactly. You're killing me, man. Every week with the terrible commercial spots. The Imperium running was nice. I wasn't expecting it. And the forklift spot was cool. So good things all around. I love this match.
AEW, SCU, and Private Party versus the Young Bucks and the Jurassic Express in a 8-man tag where the winners, the tag teams, will face each other at All Out. It's gotten to the point for me where I feel a pit in my stomach when I see an 8-man tag and I see Rick Knox in there. I physically start to get ill. I'm getting a little sick. But I did enjoy seeing the all business attitude of the Young Bucks. They're still not happy about Hangman Page and last week. Matt Jackson rips up a sign from a fan that says, "Hangman, drink my beer." That fan, by the way, one of my boys, Big Daddy Cruz. He's a local wrestler here at HOG. It was nice to see him. The Young Bucks and Jurassic Express win in 14 minutes, 11 seconds. The Young Bucks don't care to celebrate. They will see Jurassic Express on Saturday.
I liked it. I thought, it could have been more of a car crash than it was, it wasn't. So it was kind of refreshing. Frankie Kazarian looked good. He looked as fast as I've seen him in a decade. It was like X Division Frankie Kazarian again. It's crazy. Some cool spots. I like the more traditional aspect of the tag team match. Luchasaurus is the man. He had a dinosaur comeback, bitch. I believe that's what he said to the camera. And
by the way, on that note, I'm watching the NBA tonight, and Reggie Miller brings up how his son loves Luchasaurus as they're plugging All Out for Saturday.
When my daughter sees Luchasaurus on the TV, she says, "Daddy, look, a dinosaur. Dinosaur lives matter.
Luchasaurus is money with the kids."
This is one of my favorite 8-man tags because it wasn't that much of a car crash until the end. Then they had the spot fest, but it's cool. That's how you could end it on a good note.
How'd you like the Young Bucks attitude?
It's kind of refreshing because we need that aggressive Young Bucks every once in a while. I think the aggressive Young Bucks that's when they're at their best, like from a storytelling aspect. So leading to All Out and whatever happens after All Out, I hope they keep this more aggressive nature.
Do you think they can make good heels?
Yeah, they could. They're talented enough to be good at anything in wrestling at this point. But would it ever make sense to make them heels? Never. Not anymore.
On NXT, Candice LeRae squashes Kacy Catanzaro and then invites Tegan Nox to her house for dinner. Can't wait for that. And Rhea Ripley challenges Mercedes Martinez to a cage match, which later on in the show, Mercedes gladly accepts.
I'm all for it. I can't wait. They're going to beat the shit out of each other in a steel cage, one-on-one. I expect Mercedes to get the win, but we'll see.
Tony Schiavone and Kenny Omega. I read that this was Kenny Omega's first solo promo in Dynamite history. And I'm like, how? Kenny Omega's one of your biggest, probably the biggest star. It's not excusing Moxley and Jericho from what they're known for, but Kenny Omega is the man in AEW and needs to talk much more for casual viewers who don't watch BTE, like me. He talks of how Hangman was fooled, but everyone makes mistakes. He's just focused on the tag team and retaining on Saturday. FTR come out. They got no issues. They offer Kenny a chocolate milk. Kenny figures this is leading to an attack, so he just begs for the attack to happen. Hangman comes out. FTR, they fuck with his head some more. A bit of cursing. Potty mouths. This was fun, though. By far, the match I am looking forward to the most on Saturday. With the best build and the best story.
Oh, it's up there, definitely. It's definitely one of the matches I'm looking forward to. Kenny called FTR two dickheads, which I thought it was funny. And censors were late on every bleep. So it was even better. And FTR called Hangman a piece of shit. You are a POS, Hangman. I like POS Hangman, though. He gets drunk and he holds gold.
NXT, Bronson Reed versus Timothy Thatcher. I want to say Bronson Reed's entrance is awesome. The song sucks, but the video screen with him tearing through a skyscraper is pretty cool. Short match because Austin Theory attacks Reed, leaving easy pickings for Thatcher to win by armbar on Reed's injured arm. Dirty finish, 449. Even though it's a dirty win, I think this was big for Timothy Thatcher, just to say that he tapped out Bronson Reed. He's going to brag about that.
Yeah, not only that, but I believe the winner of this was going on to fight Damian Priest for the North American Championship. So it was a smart way to keep Bronson looking strong while having Thatcher go over. And that's a nice little feud to look forward to. He's no longer, what is he, Colossal? That's what he is now? He's the
Colossal. That's what it says on the video screen, yeah.
He's not the thick boy with the 2 C's anymore.
No, they still call him that, I think.
There was no reference to him at all.
Well, we're going to keep calling him thick boy right here. Thick boy?
I guess there's no Crips. There's no Crips in WWE. We can't have that C-shirt.
Chris Jericho makes his entrance. Now, I've said previously that he should retire, and nobody agreed with me. But I'm gonna say something else that might be a little controversial here, and it might hurt a little. I think it's time to retire the Judas theme song.
What?
Great song. Don't get me wrong. Great song. Love singing to it. But that's the problem. I love singing to it. He's a heel. You got everyone singing along. You got the fans. They're supposed to be cheering for Orange Cassidy. He's the babyface, and you're singing along to Jericho. Change the song.
But he does get cheered still. OC's still gonna get cheered. We can still sing the song. But he can spit it as a heel. Man, we ain't changing that shit. That is one of the greatest songs in history, wrestling history already, and it's not even been around for that long. And I put it top 5 already.
Man, sometimes you gotta do it for the good of the business and be a heel. None of this sing along crap. Anyways, Jericho versus Joey Janela. Jericho looks old, slow, definitely fat because he's wearing an Orange Cassidy shirt to hide the guts. Awesome code breaker, great sell and bump by Janela. Jericho wins with the walls of Jericho. Janela blades himself, gets busted open. Blood and guts. By the way, Orange Cassidy is watching all this on the outside because he's an invited guest of Jericho. Jericho wipes Janela's blood on his shirt, on the Cassidy shirt, so it looks like the blood is on Cassidy. He says, "This is what's going to happen to you on Saturday." Orange attacks. He opens up a backpack. Jericho and Hager run off. He pours out a little bit of the bubbly, and does what I love to do. He gives it a nice little thumbs down. What do you think, Chris?
I liked it. But Jericho, so what if he's a little fat, man? He got the brolic dad bod. He's fucking 50 something. Let him rock. You don't need abs forever, bro. So, but he could still work. He still, he works at his pace.
No.
Janela, I hope Janela has a good comeback. Like, I hope this leads to a little story with them after him and OC finish up what they got to do. And Janela gets a little, not a win, but they have a decent match. Get Janela, the rub.
I don't think AEW gives a shit about Janela.
They might not, but if he's just out there fucking cutting himself and selling for Jericho, just so they could throw.
Very Cody of him.
Yeah, throw him back on AEW Dark with fucking Sonny Kiss. What's it worth,
NXT. This is the end of NXT. This is the 60-minute Iron Man match for the NXT Championship. Cole, Balor, Gargano, Ciampa. It's 60 minutes. You gotta pace yourself. There's gonna be a ton of commercial breaks. I thought this was paced okay. A lot of spots where it's one-on-one and the others rest. That's fine. This gets tied up at 1-1, 1-1 until Balor wins with a coup de grace on Ciampa. He gets 2 falls with about 30 seconds left. And Adam Cole sneaks in from the outside. Last shot on Balor. Gets a pin at the buzzer. I know this is taped, but they timed this so well. I thought the pin was going to be just short of the buzzer, and Cole wasn't going to get it in time. Great match. 60-minute Iron match. It's a long match. I definitely needed a live crowd to be even better. It's a tie. It's Balor and Cole. Regal comes down. There's going to be no overtime. We're running short on time. 1-on-1 next week. Cole and Balor on what they're calling Super Tuesday 2.
Yeah. I got to gather my thoughts for this one. I'm gonna start off with two positives. One, it was a good match. 60 minutes. You don't see that very often, and it's hard to pull off a 60-minute match. So it was good for what it was. And the finish was well timed, perfectly timed, definitely perfectly timed. Other than that, I feel like a little kid who wanted a bicycle for Christmas, and I woke up one day and my parents just gave me a lump of shit and was like, "Here, kid, this is what you get for this holiday that we want to celebrate. You're gonna remember this for the rest of your life." Because for 60 minutes with a fatal four-way, I've never seen that in WWE. I don't think I've ever seen it ever.
No, I think it's the first time ever.
First time ever, right? You have a blank canvas, basically. You know, I really don't. Hold on one second. What's up, baby? I did Gaki. Thank you, baby. Yeah, we can't even edit that out.
No, you literally, that was a smooth transition by you. I got a piece of shit for Christmas.
Yeah, that'll be, great. That's great. Oh, yeah, so this is the first time. Blank canvas. You got blank 60 canvas. Minutes. You got 4 guys, first time ever. I didn't want it to be paced the one-on-one, and then you have the spots where you needed to. I mean, it's hard. You want guys to be able to go the length and not overexert themselves, but I think it could have been structured a different way, a more exciting way, to be honest. I think the commercials kind of killed it too. They had like 3 commercial breaks and only one of them was plain play. The other 2 were literally like commercial breaks. You know what I mean? Or one of them at least, I remember just being a straight commercial break. Like if you got the whole match, you got the whole audience preconditioned, 60 minutes, have limited commercials. Do something that, don't just treat this as a regular fucking random NXT episode on Tuesday. This is something special that they could have really did something. And the finish was flat. It made no sense to have each man get 1 win each if they were going to have 2 guys tie at the end. And then to have 2 guys tie at the end for something that everybody was expecting, a first time ever winner, like clear cut winner, just for the ratings, like that shit is hot basura, bro. Hot garbage, trash, in my opinion. Match itself was good, but whoever booked this, trash.
In my opinion, I think it's a little sensible and logical that a 4-way would end with 2 people at least having the same amount of falls. Because there's just so much room for chaos. You saw one person gets a pin, another one, and they're timed. I could get away with that. And another point, what you're saying about they didn't go as hard as you thought they would. I think that's because they knew what the finish was. And I think it would have hurt more if it was an even more amazing, spectacular match and you got that finish. I think it sort of lets it down a little bit. And also, I want to say this match had 1 week of build. So that kind of makes me less upset about it. They're stretching out the story to next week.
Whatever.
I can understand if you're upset. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're wrong. I could see your side of it too.
High. I think maybe my expectations were too high. I was expecting something totally different that I've never seen before, and it just felt like something that came up short.
I was definitely excited too. I was pumped up for this. I hadn't been pumped up for a match like this since Charlotte and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
That was a good match.
But yeah, I think the 1 week of build. I think the 1 week of build was like, I can understand they want to stretch out the story. Finn Balor, and now Adam Cole. AEW, this segment with Taz, Cage, Starks, Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake says there's a bunch of squirrels trying to get a nut, and there will be no busting the nuts anytime they are in the ring. Eddie Kingston interrupts. He's great. I thought Eddie was hilarious. This eventually turns into everyone who's in the Casino Battle Royal having a battle royal. Way too long of a segment. so long that they cut into a video package of the 8-man tag that's on Saturday, and then they come back and everybody's gone. What do you want to say about this?
I don't know. It was pure chaos. I don't know what was going on. I really hope Jake Roberts ain't on the sauce because he said some wild shit. Kingston, he's good. He said some wild shit.
Yeah.
And Taz,
about Starks. I was like, I don't know if I want to date you or beat your ass. Something like that.
It made me laugh. But, it's just, and Taz being Taz, just angry and whatever.
Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, it was what it was, not crazy. Too much chaos in my opinion, but it was chaos.
And wait, why are you doing the Battle Royal now? I can understand you want to do a brawl, but they were like literally having the match early.
Yeah, we're like, well, let's spotlight these guys first, and then you know what, fuck it, everybody just go out there and beat each other.
Thunder Rosa beat Serena Deeb in 9:49. I thought this was okay, a little too long for me. I think Thunder should have won a little bit more quickly, considering that I think the last time we saw Hikaru Shida, she had a match much shorter than us.
Yeah, it was weird because I thought it was just gonna be like a squash match, but it ended up being a really good match. And Serena, hope they keep her around. She's good. She's a good hand to have on the team. And I'm looking forward to the match at All Out.
Moxley vignette says it's kill or be killed for MJF on Saturday. Dares MJF to be savage and mean. Famous last words. Big Swole talks shit on Britt Baker. She gets a pizza delivery. Britt jumps her, throws her face in the pizza, puts her in the lockjaw. JR says, holy pepperoni. Mox has his match with the lawyer, destroys him, paradigm shift. A little too long. He took his time toying with the lawyer. MJF and Wardlow, they destroy Mox after. MJF has the ring. He uses it to bust Moxley open. Blood and guts! MJF then bites Moxley's head and then celebrates with the title and asks if this is what we wanted. What'd you think?
I loved it. I mean, the match was a little too long for me, but the segment after was great. Now I don't know. Is Mox gonna come back and is he gonna defend? After getting an ass beating like that, or is MJF is he gonna do what he gotta do?
We're gonna wrap this up. Car crashes tonight. AEW 2, NXT 1. Tag team matches. AEW 2, NXT 1. Championship matches. NXT 1. Women's segments. NXT 4, AEW 2. Curses. AEW 3. Alcohol. AEW 2. Blood and guts. AEW 2. Squashes. AEW 2, NXT 1. And dirty finishes. Both had 1. All right. Match of the night, I am going to go, match of the week. These are on separate days. Match of the week, I am going to go the Iron Man match, the Fatal 4-Way.
I'm actually going to go Breezango and Swerve Scott versus Legado del Fantasma.
No problem with that. I thought about that too, but I just went with the Iron Man match, but no problem with that choice. MVP, I am going to go MJF for looking strong at the end there and looking like a badass heel.
Yeah, I'm going with the same one. MJF MVP, MJF 2020.
We deserve better. Jabroni, I am going to go Big Swole for getting her face thrown into pizza and getting jumped by Britt Baker. Who's your Jabroni?
I'm going with NXT for letting me the fuck down.
The entire show?
The entire show.
So you want to blame Triple H then? Triple H,
they
DX?
all get it. Pretty much DX. Not really the guys in the ring, but everybody else. Or not the guys on commentary, because they did the best they did too. I like Wade. He's doing good. I hope he keeps coming back. And Beth called the testicles, she referred to them as broveries at one point in the show, and it was great.
Oh. Ratings recap. NXT's 2-week streak of winning ends. NXT had a good showing on Tuesday, 849K, as the rumors of them moving from Wednesday to another day start to increase. I believe USA was testing NXT on Tuesday to see how it does. They're tired of sharing viewers with AEW and sharing the demo. AEW did 928K on Wednesday. They did their best demos in a long time. AEW is up 37-10-1 in the ratings. All out picks. You want to knock those out real quick? Britt Baker versus Swole is on the buy-in. They're going to have a tooth and nail match. I don't know what that is, but I hear it's a cinematic match. I'm going to go Big Swole getting a revenge.
Yeah. I'm going with Big Swole as well.
The Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express. Young Bucks for me.
Yeah, I'm going Young Bucks as well.
Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in a Broken Rules match, which is basically a last man standing. And if Matt loses, he must leave AEW. I wish they didn't throw that in there. I'm going to go with Matt Hardy just on that alone.
I'm going to go with... Yeah,
Matt Hardy's done with AEW?
No, but they'll do some shit where they'll work him back in as Broken Matt or another name or some shit.
I think he's supposed to be Broken Matt on Saturday.
Oh, well, even better because he was doing the Elite. That's great.
The Dark Order versus Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares in an 8-man tag. I think the baby faces win just because I don't believe in the Dark Order. I think Cody helps.
It's not Brody in the match, right? Brody's in the match?
Brody is in the match, but I don't think he takes the pin or anything.
No, I think Dark Order wins though.
The 20
Fuck Matt Cardona.
Yes, he still has 2 appearances left. 21-man casino battle royal where the winner gets a title shot. I don't know if you need me to read all these names. You pretty much know who's in it. I don't think any of these names are gonna fucking win. I'm gonna take whoever is in the mystery. I hope it's Pac. I hope Pac shows up. But I don't think any of the names they have advertised are gonna win this.
Pac
if I,
dope.
Huh?
I said Pac would be dope.
If I had to pick somebody that's advertised, I'd pick fucking Pentagon. I don't know.
If MJF, it all depends on who wins the world title picture to me. And since I think MJF's gonna win, spoiler alert, I'm gonna say Darby Allin pulls this off.
Jericho versus Orange Cassidy in a Mimosa Mayhem match. I think, considering the circumstances of the match, the way you have to win, I think it's a much funnier visual if Jericho loses. Orange Cassidy wins.
Yeah, OC is definitely winning. There's no way Jericho didn't make this match fucking go all out on this story in this ridiculous setting that everybody's probably gonna love anyway. But there's no way that he's getting the W.
Shida versus Thunder Rosa for the women's championship. AEW women's championship. I'm gonna go Shida.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Shida defending. But I think that low key.
I think it's gonna be a good match.
Show stealer. Yeah.
Omega and Paige versus FTR. I'm gonna go FTR new champs.
Oh yeah, FTR new champs. And I think I will go an extra step. I think we're gonna see the return of the Cleaner in some form or fashion.
So, is this gonna be a clean finish?
No. I don't know. Somebody's turning on one.
This is the match I'm looking forward to the most. They better not fuck this up.
Kenny's either turning on Heyman. Heyman's either turning on Kenny. But I think if Kenny turns on Heyman, then he's going back to the Cleaner personality. So just pull out the shades right there and walk out.
Mox versus MJF in the main event for the AEW Championship. I thought all along MJF was going to be the new champ, but boy, they really fooled me there with that last segment. I'm going Moxley to retain.
Well, I'm going to stick with MJF.
So that is going to do it for this episode of the Wednesday Night Warriors. Make sure you are joined on the Facebook group True Heels so you can vote. Wait, did we do Better Show? No, we didn't. Better Show, I'm going to go NXT.
Oh, I'm going AEW.
Oh, man. How do you go AEW? NXT had the 2 best matches of the night.
Yeah, but there was way more shit packed into this show. First of all, the 60-man Iron Man match let me down. And that was most of the hype for that episode anyway. So that's why I'm going with AEW.
I don't think that was a very strong go-home show for AEW. So now it's up to you to break it down and break the tie on the group page, True Heels. Once again, break the tie. help us out. And you could find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Pride of NY. Chris, where can they find you? Where can the fine folk? Where can the fight? I don't even know what I said on Sunday on Payback.
Yeah,
I can't even try to say it again.
I couldn't stop laughing. It was one of the best moments of the round table.
And then I had the audacity to get angry at you for not answering the question.
It happens.
Where can they find you?
At Spick_Flair_ Woo woo woo.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Wednesday Night Warriors. We'll be back next week to go over Super Tuesday 2 and the fallout from All Out. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? We'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.
Peace.